Monarch Media here with Old Dominion head football coach Bob Waller. Coach, day 3, first day you put on the pads. Things change a little bit when they put on the pads, don't they?
Yeah, they absolutely do. You can just feel the energy level, and it's so much more competitive now with the offensive and defensive line. The first 2 practices, the NCAA mandates in spring practice you get 15, but 1 and 2 have to just be in helmets, and that's hard on the big guys up front. We're trying to do competitive team periods, but they're trying to be careful too. So putting the shoulder pads on really made a difference. You could see offensively on some of the run plays now, the running backs running through, the defensive players who are trying to wrap them up. It's much harder on the defense now because they can't tackle to the ground. They're just trying to grab jersey and wrap up, and we had some very competitive team periods. The execution was very good. Defensively, we're making a lot of progress right now. I really like the way the experience is starting to show up. Generally, these first 3 practices, your install is pretty basic. We put some blitzes in today, and you could see that it came back to them really quickly. Guys are in the right spots, so overall, good day.
You talked about the competitiveness, watching the one-on-ones between the receivers and the D-backs. That was getting pretty lively there.
That was really lively. That's as competitive as we've had one-on-ones. They were excited. They were keeping track of who was winning. You can really feel this team coming together right now. You can feel the camaraderie, the fact that the Unity Council held the guys who weren't in good enough shape to start accountable. There's a much higher sense of accountability amongst the players, the peer pressure now, which is what we need. It reminds me of going back to 2012, that team we had that was 11-2 and won a conference championship. There was so much accountability within the team, not just coach to player, but player to player, and that's what's been developed now. You can see it, and then those guys were holding each other accountable in one-on-ones.
Talking about one of the position groups, the defensive line, that's a group that the last few years has been really young. They're starting to grow up a little bit now. Talk about some of those guys.
Yeah, it's to your point, they're starting to grow up. We have 13 guys that have played now in the defensive line, so not only the competition for starting positions, but just the competition now to get on the bus or the plane or to be on the sideline at home. With all that experience, Rashad Coward and Bumi Rutimi, those are the leaders, those guys inside with the presence they have and what they can bring. And O'Shane Zimenez is back, coming off a very good year last year where he had 5.5 sacks as a redshirt freshman. But then all the guys that played, that got really good experience in that group. That's just going to make us so much better because, like I said, that level of competition right now, it's fun to watch.
Coach, thanks for the time.
You got it. Thank you. Have a great weekend and a great holiday, everybody.
Monarch Media here with defensive end O'Shane Zimenez. O'Shane, 3rd day of practice. First time you get to put the shoulder pads on. What's it like out here?
Guys are definitely more competitive than last year. Going hard at the O-line, they're going hard back. Sometimes we're getting a little scruffle. But, at the end of the day, we all teammates, we all love each other, we all brothers, so it's getting us better.
You redshirted your first year. Last year, you got your first time on the field. Talk about what you learned last year from playing.
I just learned, the speed of the game. I learned how to be a leader better, because I've seen what goes on in a college football game, and I know how I'm not a master of the in and outs, but, I'm getting there. And we got freshmen that hasn't played before, and I'm able to get them a word of advice, in the game, this is going to look like this. When you see this is what you have to do because in the game it's going to be a lot faster. Now that I have that under my belt, I feel like I can help the team more.
Now that you have played that first season, what are some of the things you're working on out here?
Definitely, as a whole defense, our most primary thing we want to work on is stopping the run. Outside zone, that killed us last year. We're working on our stances, getting our feet right, getting up under us, playing the athletic position so we can make plays.
Start the second week of spring ball next week. What do you look for next week? Get the full pads on and stuff like that.
Hitting. I want to see where everybody at. I want to hit somebody. They're my teammates, but we all going to get better from it,
Thanks for the time, O'Shane.
All right.